Hey, how's it going, YouTube? I'm back with another video today. I'm going to continue showing you my best cards. I started this a couple weeks ago. I ranked my cards, the top 35 cards in my collection, from number 35 down to number 1, and I've been showing them to you in installments. The last video was supposed to be number 25 through number 16, but I screwed up and went down to number 15 by mistake. So, oh well. Today's video is going to start with number 14 and go down through number 6. So let's get right into this. Number 14 is in front of you. It's a 1915 Cracker Jack Joe Wood. It's graded a 2 by SGC. The Cracker Jack sets are some of the most popular sets with collectors. They're, in my opinion, really nice looking cards. They were made in 1914 and in 1915. Most of the cards in the sets, 14 and 15, the fronts look the same. That includes this Joe Wood card. So the 1914 card, the front of it anyway, looks just like this. And I'll tell you later on in the video how you can tell the difference between a 14 and a 15. But this card here is a card that I was happy to pick up. Joe Wood was a good pitcher. Not in the Hall of Fame. He had kind of a short career, but had some really good years, and he's a player that I collect. This card here has got decent corners, decent centering. The color's nice, but I don't know what happened to it, but it looks like it got run over by a truck. It's just got some major damage on both the front and the back, whatever these marks are. But still a nice looking card, I think, and you know, it's not the easiest card to find. The Joe Wood in higher grade can be a really expensive card. Really, any Cracker Jack card in higher grade, especially of a popular player, is going to be kind of an expensive card. So, anyhow, number 14 is a 1915 Cracker Jack Joe Wood. Number 13 is a 1910 Piedmont Cigarettes T206 Tris speaker card. This one is graded a 4 by SGC. Showed this card in another of my videos. I think this might be considered Tris Speaker's rookie card. I'm not 100% sure about that. He may have one card that came out earlier than this, but this is definitely real early in his career, and kind of a cool looking card. I like the dark blue background. And you know, the batting pose, Tris Speaker, one of the best hitters of all time. And this has got the common back, Piedmont 350 back. But overall, not a bad looking card. Centering's a little off, and it's got this crease up there in the left corner. But I was happy to pick up this card. So that's a 1910 T206 Tris Speaker. That's number 13. Number 12 is a 1921 Oxford Confectionery E253 Grover Alexander card. This is graded a 4 by SGC. This is sort of an obscure set. You don't see these cards a lot. Not really one of the more popular sets for collectors. But I think it's kind of a cool set. It has some really big names. That's the whole checklist there. That's all the cards in the set. But you'll see on there Eddie Collins, Walter Johnson, George Sisler, Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth. It's got some big names in it. The Babe Ruth card in particular is a really cool looking card that someday I'd love to get. But anyhow, I wanted to pick up a Grover Alexander card for my collection and saw this one and just thought it was a cool looking card. They're all black and white, but have kind of cool poses on them. And on the top there it says it's a set of lithographed cards, one of which is wrapped with each piece of caramel. These cards are reproduced solely for the Oxford Confectionery Company, Oxford, Pennsylvania. So kind of a neat card. That is number 12, 1921 E253 Grover Alexander. Number 11 is a 1914 Cracker Jack Harry Hooper card. This one's graded a 4 by PSA. Harry Hooper was a Hall of Fame player, another player that I collect. Well, I have a few of his cards, and just kind of like the pose on this card. This is a 1914 Cracker Jack card. So in the 1914 set, you could only get the cards out of the packages of Cracker Jacks. So it's real common to see these stains on the cards from the caramel from the Cracker Jacks. It's real hard to find a 1914 card that doesn't have the stains. In 1915, you could still get the cards in the boxes of Cracker Jacks, but you could also get them by sending away for them. So you can find the 1915 cards in higher grade much easier. Like I said before, some of the cards have the same exact picture for both years. The way you can tell the difference is in the 1914 cards, when you flip the card around, the writing is in the same direction as the picture. In 1915, like with the Joe Wood card, when you flip it around, the writing is upside down. And what I believe, the explanation that I was given as to why they did that is it was real popular back in those days to attach cards into scrapbooks, and that's how people stored their cards. Of course, once you glued the card in, you wouldn't be able to ever read the back. So I think the reason they made it like that is that there was some way that people attached them into the books where they could flip the card up. So they attached it somehow with tape or something on the top there, which allowed them to flip the card up. And when you flipped it up, you'd be able to read the back like that. And with the 1914s, you couldn't do that because of the way, if you flipped it up, the writing would be upside down. So that was one change they made between the 14s and the 15s, and that's how you can tell the difference. I think there may also be some minor difference in the writing on the bottom here, but I'm not sure about that. The easiest way to tell the difference is by the direction of the writing on the back. All right, so that's number 11, 1914 Cracker Jack Harry Hooper. Number 10 is a 1911 T205 Christie Mathewson card. This is SGC 3.5. Kind of iconic portrait pose for Christie Mathewson there. Obviously one of the best pitchers of all time. The T205 set, as I said in one of my other videos, was the first set that had player statistics on the back and also a small bio of the player. So that's kind of cool. This one's not in bad shape. It's got kind of the typical damage that T205s get around the edges because of the gold borders. Any little damage, is real noticeable. You can see the white coming through. But overall, a pretty nice card. That's number 10, 1911 T205 Christie Mathewson. Number 9 is a 1939 play ball Ted Williams. This is a PSA 2. And this is Ted Williams' rookie card. I'd been looking for this card for a while. I saw this one at the National in 2016 in Atlantic City, and just thought that the front really looked better than a 2. I think this is, has the appearance of like a 4 or even a 4.5. The reason that it got the 2 is because on the back, which at first glance looks pretty good, you can see kind of in that blank space there in the middle, there's some scuffing. So I'm not sure what caused that, but that little scuffing there brought it down to a 2. So I was able to get a card that, the front looks significantly better than a 2, but for a fraction of the price. A 4 or a 5 in this card would be a lot more expensive. So anyhow, that is number 9. It's a 1939 play ball Ted Williams rookie card. Number 8, we have a 1921 to 23 National Caramel E220 Rogers Hornsby card. This one's graded at SGC 3. The E220s are really difficult to find centered like this. They almost always are miscut or off center. The quality control was terrible with this set. So I saw this one, and thought that it was real unusual to see the card centered like that. And also I was looking for a Rogers Hornsby card for my collection and just kind of liked the way this one looked. One of the best hitters of that era, certainly, and of all time. And so, nice cool pose with the bat there. Nothing real special about the back. It looks like a crease on the bottom there. But that is number 8, a 1921-23 E220 National Caramel Rogers Hornsby card. Number 7 is a 1909-1911 American Caramel E90-1 Cy Young card. This is graded a 3 by SGC. I always liked the way this card looked, and I wanted to get a Cy Young card. In particular, a Cy Young card that showed him as a member of the Red Sox. I think it's kind of cool with the B and the A there for Boston Americans, and the old style laces on the jersey there. Just thought that kind of looked cool. Not the best condition card. It's got pretty severely rounded corners, and you can see the print marks, those print lines on the bottom there. Some print marks going right through his neck. The back, nothing special about the back, really pretty clean. Baseball series, 100 subjects, baseball caramels. But kind of a nice looking card. I like that red background. Alright, so that's number 7, 1909-11, E90-1 American Caramel Cy Young. And number 6, it's going to be the last card for today. The slab says 1887, but this set is actually from 1888. This is an N28 Allen and Ginter Mike Kelly, and this is a PSA 6. I really like this set. I think these are cool looking cards. King Kelly was one of the first superstars. He was a really popular player. I think he got a $10,000 contract, which was an enormous amount of money back then. He died really young, but was a real popular player in the 1880s. This set consists not only of baseball players, but you can see on the back there, oarsmen, wrestlers, pool players, billiard players, rifle shooters, and pugilists. So I saw this card. It's pretty high grade for a card that old, and was able to get a pretty good deal on it. Just thought Mike Kelly was kind of an interesting guy, and this was a cool looking card. That is number 6 in my collection. So that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Still kind of new at making these videos, so if you have any comments, anything that I could do to improve, if I'm doing something that I could do differently, please let me know. And if you want to check out more of my videos, subscribe to my channel. The next video will be my top 5 cards, so hope to make that one in the next week or so. Alright, until then, thanks a lot for watching. Take care.